And as we know, as the new school year starts, some teenagers will no longer be taking the school bus to school anymore. Instead, they will be driving. Justina Latimer has more on this big responsibility.
Yeah.
This is a big deal to be able to get the keys to your car and drive to school.
Yeah, well, Zach, the thing is, my niece just had her Sweet 16 and she got her first car.
Oh my goodness.
So everyone's nervous. She hasn't hit the road yet. She doesn't have a permit or anything like that. But yeah, so it's good that you guys are here. I'm gonna clip this and send it to her. But so here's the thing. This morning we have two people joining me here today. So we're talking about teen driver safety. We have Joshua Zuber here with AAA, and then we also have Katie Alexander with the Texas Municipal Police Association. And so thank you guys so much for joining me today. How are you both doing?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I have some questions for you guys, for all those parents out there. They have those dying questions, and me as an auntie, I got questions too. So, so my first question, we'll start off with you. What are some of the things parents should talk about with their teens before they start driving around?
Right, and you had just mentioned, right, that you're an auntie, you've got a 16-year-old now in the family, and so many parents and family members, right, they're sometimes uncertain of how to talk to their teens about driving, right? But it could be a really easy conversation. Start off with talking about your experiences as an adult driver, right? So, children have been watching those who have been driving them since they were turned around in their car seat, right? So since they were 2 years old, they've been watching you do the driving. So being a good role model and sharing your experiences is a really great way to start that conversation about safe driving with teens. Talk about your expectations. What does it mean to be a safe driver? Why is it so important to be a safe driver, right? I mean, driving is a privilege, right? So when you're behind the wheel, you want to make sure that the teen understands the powerful machine that they are behind the wheel of, and that they understand the responsibility it comes with that privilege. So AAA, we actually have a really great form that I believe we're going to put on your website. It's the AAA Parent Teen Driver Agreement, and that's a great way also to get that conversation started.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you mentioned sharing those stories. So I mean, one of my stories is driving as a teen was I ran over the mailbox. So not the bad stories, right? We're only sharing like the good stories of driving.
That's right. Yeah, and it's just good to make sure that they understand that a lot of things can happen, but taking their time. And then also, Texas, we have the graduated driver's licensing law, right? So that allows an opportunity for parents and guardians to teach their teens about the different aspects, of course, of driving before they get their provisional license and then, of course, their full license.
Well said. Okay, so another question we have are, what are some of the growing concerns when it comes to law enforcement with teen drivers?
Oh gosh, we have many. So in law enforcement, we work closely, obviously, with the Texas Department of Transportation, and our organization, we're funded through them. And so with that, we have all of the statistics and everything else. And so right now we are seeing, of course, an increase in, continuous increase, I guess I could say, with distracted driving. Distracted driving has been a problem for quite some time. Unfortunately, now we have teenagers that they've been around cell phones forever. And, back when I was younger, we didn't have cell phones. And so it is definitely a distraction in the vehicle. We continue to have problems with drinking and driving amongst teenagers. And, parents should know that any detectable amount is an arrestable amount if they're under the age of 21. And a lot of people do not realize that. But I think right now, one of our biggest factors that we're seeing involving our fatality crashes is speed. Speed is a huge problem with us right now.
Yeah, and I think that kind of leads into my next question. How can parents help prevent their teens from falling into peer pressure like speeding, if their friends are in the car, or drinking and driving when they're not supposed to?
Yeah, so I mean, when it comes to teenagers in the car, when they're together, they tend to they tend to make more risk. They're more susceptible to actually making these mistakes and doing fast driving, things like that when there's more people in the car. And so, just like Josh said, graduated driver's license, you've got to know those rules and make sure that you have that experience. But that open communication is key. You've got to have communication with your kids, having those no questions asked. Those agreements that Josh was discussing.
Yeah.
There are so many things that, if your teenager is approached and asked these questions, I mean, if they have an excuse already on hand, if you discuss those excuses beforehand, they won't have to think about it when they are approached by somebody asking those questions.
Those are all great tips. We're running out of time, but of course everyone can watch this interview on our website, and then also that form that you were talking about as well. Zach, I'm going to toss it back to you.
Justina, a lot of good information. Thank you very much.